Welcome to Half Expecting, a podcast for those of us who are expecting.
And those of us who aren't.
I'm Steven. I am expecting.
And I'm Jake. And I still am not.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Good.
This took us a while to figure out, but I'm...
Just to nail it down.
Yeah.
We're doing great. We had a great conversation today with our good friend, Madison,
Yes.
who is a licensed doula here in Los Angeles. And for those of you who don't know who doulas are, what they're all about, they are basically...
Don't say it. Listen to the episode.
Yeah, I'm not going to give it to you. You got to keep going.
But give us a little... What do we hit? What do we touch on?
We talked about anything from what to expect from your wife and baby as far as fluids go.
Yeah.
How to swaddle.
Yeah.
We talked about how to support your significant other through the darkest day of childbirth, which is day 3.
Day 3. You know what happens day 3?
Listen.
Now we do.
Yep, I know. I'm prepared for it.
What percentage of information do you feel like you knew?
Oh, 0.1.
0.1.
0.1.
You didn't know anything?
Nope.
I feel like...
Thank God that she came in because
Yeah.
I would have been in trouble. I seriously learned quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel very grateful that she was able to give us a little bit of time, and I hope you all enjoy.
Yeah. And we have a little treat here in this episode. So about 20 minutes in, we'll just leave it at that. We hope you enjoy.
Feels sort of like a rite of passage to me. I remember the day my sister closest in age to me got her ears pierced at
Yes.
Claire's in the mall.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a big deal.
Yeah, like she waited and your parents probably had like an age or something
Yeah.
she had to do before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's something to that.
And maybe we'll bleep out the name of the place because
Oh, I think
what
Claire's
I'm-
went out of business many years ago.
no, they're still
there?
Oh
Popping.
yeah.
The teens, like
It's
the
popping?
preteens,
Yeah.
love Claire's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard
Wow.
this the hygiene in those places, getting your ears pierced is not great.
Yeah, you're supposed to go to like a tattoo, like piercing
Right.
place. Like you got to bring your little kids to the tattoo parlor. It's a whole part of the experience. You're like, listen,
That's
you never know who you're going to
wild.
see. These people are going to have crazy piercings and you're going to get to go in there and just, but it's clean and like
Sure.
professional.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's also another thing to take care of. Like imagine you have a newborn, change their diaper,
Oh, yeah.
swaddle them, all the things, and then you also have to clean their ears.
That's
No,
true.
I'm not trying to do that.
I know. And there's just like poop everywhere. There's just like more chance for
Lots of
infection,
infection.
I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is rate of infection pretty high for newborns? Do things get infected pretty easily?
I don't think they get infected more easily, but I think the danger, if they do,
sure.
is so
Yeah,
much worse.
yeah.
So you just like, why
Right.
open another literal like
Wound.
part of your
Yeah,
body?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So in your line of work, you are officially titled a doula,
Actually, yes.
which we like to start these shows now, where I guess what it is that you do based upon zero research.
Yeah.
And Jake likes to add
I
on
bring
to
in an
that
assistant.
to feed him information based upon his lens of being a friend of somebody who is expecting a child.
Okay.
So if I don't know what exactly it is a doula does, I would assume it's close to a midwife. You are closely involved in the birth.
Should I just let you
appreciate
go for
letting
as
me-
long
I
as
appreciate
okay?
you really just
Let
letting
him
me.
cook.
I'm not going to give you anything.
Nope.
Just nod like everything he's saying is right.
is exactly right, which is this perfect. I think you're close to a midwife. I would guess that you are in the delivery room sometimes. And then afterward, like I believe you brought an activity for me. You teach necessary skills like swaddling and how to start breastfeeding most effectively and things like that. Am I close?
You're
Okay,
pretty spot on.
good.
So I'll add on to it.
Yeah, we'll see what the AI says.
Yeah. So really what I ask Claude to explain to me what your profession is. But yeah, specifically through the lens of how will your job and the skills that Steven learns through you impact me?
Oh,
Because I don't really have any business being here. So I do want
Right.
to find a way to connect so
have
that I'm
to
not
bring
just
you in.
like, dozing off for an hour.
Sure.
Here's what Claude said. A doula. This is a trained professional who provides physical, emotional, and informational support to someone during pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum. They'll teach your friend, Stephen, how to support his wife through labor and the immediate postpartum period, which is exactly what he needs right now. For you, this means you're about to hear very graphic details about childbirth and postpartum recovery that you can never unhear.
Great.
How close are we?
Oh yeah, I didn't know how graphic we wanted to get, but now I have to.
I think
get
as
graphic.
graphic as possible.
Great.
I think
Yeah.
let's just go for it.
Okay, great.
And if I get squeamish, then perfect.
What did we miss in our descriptions of your work?
No, I think
Fill in the gaps.
that's the definition. I think each doula gets to, go wherever they feel called within that. That's the scope of our work. The difference between midwifery and doulas, or midwives and doulas. Midwives deal with the clinical, the more medical stuff. So honestly, more of the graphic stuff. Midwives can work in hospitals, but they can also be for home births. So originally, like ancient times, midwives were the women in the community that would come when a woman was giving birth, that there weren't doctors or OBs or, all these other options. Doulas would be more like a sister, a friend who maybe has been at a bunch of her own family's births or a bunch of friends' births, and she doesn't really need to know if your blood pressure is too high or low. She's just there to be like, hey, it's all good. Talking to your husband, hey, it's all good. She's not dying. This is all normal. Oh, do you want to catch your baby? Do you want to cut the cord? It's like a supportive sister is how I see it. Less of a clinical doctor presence, which for me, I was never going to be in the clinical sphere of things. It's not how my brain works.
Are you?
No, I just don't care.
Sure. Hey,
I'm not a numbers girl. I'm not a we got to know these ranges of,
you're a big time feelings person.
big time
hype man.
feelings. I'm like a chill hype woman.
Yeah.
Like
What
I'm
a
not gonna be loud, but I am gonna hype you up.
Okay, so
in
I'm
birth.
learning don't be loud in the delivery room for me personally.
I would say don't be loud.
Just keep to yourself a little bit. Calm.
Voices.
But what a cool thing. Like you get to be there, perhaps without the pressure of the clinical stuff.
Yeah.
But you seem like a real skills person, like a doula. Do you just learn how to rear a child? You had to raise a kid, which is so cool and useful for me personally and for just life. Yeah. Have you always been a kids person, or how did you get into doula-ing?
Yeah, I've always been a babies specifically person. I have 3 kids, and now the youngest one is about to be 3, and I'm like, shoot, I'm out of my wheelhouse. Yeah, I love a baby. I've always loved a baby, but I'm an only child, and I don't have a lot of cousins or anything. So I feel like this has very much been a calling forever.
Absolutely.
It's like an undercurrent of everything was, how do I be around the pregnant women, the babies, that whole realm.
Yeah.
So I started nannying just in college. Seemed like a normal thing to do. And then the babies just kept getting younger and younger. And I was like, I should maybe know a bit more than I do about what these parents are going through, what these babies might need, or even just activities to do with them, because it's different to have a 2-year-old that tells you what they want and what they want to do, and then you have a baby and you're like, okay, I'm with you for 8 hours. What the heck am I doing?
What do we even do?
When do you sleep? When do you eat?
Yeah.
What do you eat? I didn't really know that stuff. So I started just learning about that and somehow came across the term doula. I was like, yeah, okay.
That's me.
So yeah, that's me. So I did a training, and I did a postpartum specific training, because usually doulas are broken up: birth doulas and postpartum doulas.
Okay.
There's some overlap, but typically people, by client, I'm either your birth doula or your postpartum doula. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to be at births yet. But yeah, I trained, and then I just word of mouth got spread around this little city doulaing people. And then I've learned since then and
in your own
had
life.
my own
And
kids too. Yeah.
I'm sure like when you started doula-ing and studying, I'm sure you picked up so much confidence to then be a mom.
Yeah.
That like, oh my gosh, I can't think of a more prepared person to have kids. Did you feel that way when you had your first, or were you still like, it just took on a whole other level of gravity?
I mean, skills wise, I definitely did. I was not worried. Like, how do I hold this? How do I change a diaper? How do I swaddle?
Yeah.
Breastfeeding, you got to experience hands-on. So I didn't feel as prepared there. But it still really rocked my world. And if anything, I think I felt more prepared than I actually was. I was like, I already know
Just blind
what I'm
confidence.
doing. Yeah. I like, oh, babe, don't worry. You don't need to do anything because I know everything. So I didn't really learn to share the load in that way.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Did you find that even though like you felt prepared in moments where you weren't actually prepared, did the confidence actually help? Or was it did you find yourself going, oh shit?
I think I was like, oh shit.
Okay.
Like nothing could have prepared me for this. And I think I also realized, oh, even when I'm in someone's home, either being their doula or being their nanny, they're experiencing a lot of this probably. And they never really talked about it with me. And that's like a whole other part of what I think the role of a doula is to create conversation and openness and community, like inside your home when you're postpartum, but also outward in a community that we can talk about this hard shit. Can I swear here?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, as much as you possibly can.
There's a lot of hard shit in postpartum, especially.
Yeah.
And in birth, but I mean, postpartum is really just like the pits for many reasons. Not to say that it's terrible, but it is the pits.
It sounds really tough. And it's interesting that you brought up like the dynamic between you and your partner and where you sort of with this confidence took on a lot more than maybe you should have or would or did in your future children.
Yeah.
Like what was that like learning to rely on your partner a little bit more?
Yeah, I think it took me 3 kids.
Really?
It was like maybe a little bit the second one, but really the third one, I was like, I cannot do it all. Especially now that I have 2 other kids that need things. And I think that's like individual between couples. Some guys like love a little baby and feel really cozy in that stage. And some are like, I can't wait until these kids can run around and wrestle or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Talk back, I knew my husband wasn't going to thrive in the baby phase. So I think I also took that and was like, I'll just get through this for both of us. But yeah, learning to rely on your partner is a really important skill. And I think pregnancy prepares us well for that because you have almost a year of probably not being your best as a woman at times and being like forced to ask for help and to slow down and to rely on your community in all the ways. So I think pregnancy is a great time to practice that. And I just didn't quite do that.
Yeah.
I thought I knew it all. So you're actually at an advantage knowing nothing. And
Oh,
I don't know
good.
how much
There
your
we
wife
go.
knows,
Yeah,
but
there
maybe
we
she
go.
also
You're
knows
ready.
nothing.
Okay,
Yeah,
bring it on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a person who knows nothing, and perhaps I don't know if I'm gonna be good with a tiny baby.
Yeah.
But like, what's something that you know about tiny babies that perhaps most men don't know, don't do well with? Like, how do I not suck at this? Basically.
Okay, they're not as fragile as you think. They are fragile. Okay,
Amazing.
you got to be careful.
You can palm
Like
their head
you-
like a basketball.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe not? Okay.
Yeah, I mean because the top of their head, like I think most people have heard, like the soft spot.
Soft, yeah.
Their skull is literally open. It's not fused for like a long time. I don't want to say the time because I might be wrong. Again, not a numbers girl. But it's
But
like
when you
some
feel
years.
that head,
6
you will know.
years. I think it's 6
Not
years.
6.
Yeah.
I think it might be like 2 though.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mean, it slowly is closing, but you can see their heartbeat in it.
Oh boy, I'm not gonna do good with that.
No thanks.
Can I tell you
don't
something
have
a little bit weird and dark about me?
Ooh,
I
sure.
hope that my child secretly has to wear one of those little helmets that reforms their head. I think it's the cutest thing that I've ever seen when they wear those little helmets.
Okay.
And I just love it.
Okay.
I
I
just
see
Molly
that.
doesn't think the same about it as I do.
Just put a helmet on.
Yeah, you could
No,
just.
it has to be needed. There needs to be a need there.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
But in the same way
that's
that
fair. You
like
could put a
when
helmet on.
little kids wear glasses, it's just so
Yeah,
cute.
no,
It's
okay.
so
It's
cute.
so
All right.
cute.
yeah.
Sure.
Not to burst your bubble, but the glasses are like really easy. Like, to
Yeah.
take off for a shower or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Sleep. You
Yeah.
don't have to sleep in glasses. They have to sleep in those helmets.
It's like 23 hours a day, right?
Oh.
yeah.
Like you can
that's
take it
not
off
good.
to shower and like give them a little break.
Yeah.
And put it back on.
Well, then conversely, if I don't get my way and I don't get a helmet, then
Yeah.
like what's the best way for me to avoid having a helmet on? Is that a thing? Yeah.
Yes. Let's just complete the they're not so fragile thought. Because I
sure.
do think women have a body that makes sense, obviously, for a baby to like be cozy on. Like it's soft, especially after pregnancy. Your belly goes from this to this like soft pillow, essentially. We have boobs that are soft and comfy for a baby. They love to just be on our chest. I have found that men cannot figure that out. They're like, what? How do I do this? I don't know if you guys have seen these videos of moms telling their husbands, oh, just put the baby on your hip. And they like cannot
Where's
figure
that?
out. Because we stand with one hip up and they like, it's a perfect little resting shelf for her baby's butt. But you guys, you don't have that. So you don't have a comfy chest and you don't have a comfy hip, but you have good hands and strong arms generally. And you're not holding a baby breastfeeding or like whatever else moms are doing. So you're ready to hold these babies and they love to be held on your arm. People call it the football. You can just literally hold them like this and you just support their little head in your big hand and it's perfect.
Wow.
So holding your baby a lot is a good way to avoid, I think it's called torticollis, which is when their neck is a little bit to one side or like they just prefer a side. And then those helmets reshape their head if they're laid flat too much, which happens easily
Yeah.
because they're babies.
They're always laying.
They're always laying.
They rarely are standing.
Yeah, rarely.
Never standing.
Hardly ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never.
Really rare.
Yeah.
So tummy time.
Tummy, sure.
Yeah, have you heard of that? That's a thing that we had to like invent because we make babies lay on their back all the time. We won't get too much into the conspiracy.
Yeah. Let's take down Big Baby. Tell us what we need to know.
I think it's just the modern lifestyle is like, where can I put my baby so I can get back to my life?
Oh.
And that's real and practical. We do have lives that we need to like continue with. But as a postpartum doula, I am all about the like rest, aggressive about the rest. Like as much as you guys can be holding your baby, that's ideal.
Yeah.
And it's ideal for them for a million ways, but definitely for their head because they're not just laying on their back in a little straitjacket swaddle all the time because the back of their head gets totally flat because
Yeah.
it's so moldable. So
Now, you brought up swaddle. I know that it's an important thing. How often are they supposed to be swaddled? What is swaddling for? What?
yeah.
And please
Or
enlighten me.
one step further. What is swaddling?
What is it?
Oh, okay. What is swaddling? Any contraption, blanket, or they now have all these like zip up, easy situations, little sleep sacks that you can put them in. It basically just holds their body like if they're being hugged or held because they have a reflex that when they either go from like being on their belly to their back or being put down or sometimes just moved or they'll be sleeping independently and they do it, they fling their arms up.
Oh, wow.
And it just startles them awake or just,
That's why you swaddle?
yeah.
So
No
they
way.
aren't.
It's to like suppress that. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it happens like all the time.
I always thought it was just to comfort that, like to make it feel like they were being held or something.
No, it's literally this
It's a straight
reflex.
jacket.
Straight jacket, baby straight jacket.
Yeah. I don't know.
Surprise! You made it! This is the point in the show today where we give you your surprise.
We ran out of space on our card.
We stopped recording our podcast about 28 minutes into what was roughly an hour and a half long interview.
It was a great interview.
You're already enjoying it. You're here. You're hooked. You're probably like, guys, shut up. I want to get back to the magic. Well,
You can't.
you can. It's just going to sound a little different. I know that art is subjective, but this will objectively sound worse, but it'll never happen again.
I will not allow it to happen again.
So, as a thank you for getting this far, here is the moment where Steven and I realized that we had stopped recording at some point within the 1 hour and a half.
Enjoy.
Cut. Great.
Oh,
Great.
You rock. You rock.
Thanks, Madison.
Oh, was it not? I looked at it and it was.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
When did that happen?
Oh,
What happened? How did that happen?
Dude, the SD card is full.
No.
Madison,
Here, guys.
we got 24 minutes and 12 seconds of brilliance. That is soul crushing to me. Goodness gracious. Okay, what is our best course of action here?
How awful is the audio from the cameras?
Oh, not gonna be good. It hurts to watch it back like that.
Yeah. Joke's on us. Joke is with you because you're laughing at us too.
Yeah.
Thank you. We love you.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Have a great one.
And back to the show.
Enjoy.
I've never looked up why they have that reflex. I'm sure there's a biological reason that they have it.
It's because they're dreaming they're on a roller coaster and the roller coaster fell and then they fall and then they fall.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
So yeah, you put their arms like this or like somehow so that when that happens,
I had heard that like at the beginning couple of weeks maybe or a couple of months of their life, the hardest part is that during the night, the hardest part maybe for the parents is that they make these crazy noises and they're like thrashing about, and perhaps swaddling is like a necessary thing in that way. Yeah. So that's,
yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
They're still gonna make the craziest noises. It's wild how much sound they make when they're fully asleep.
Can you give me some examples of that or?
It's a lot of like sometimes they look like they're crying.
It's Dad.
They're like, oh my gosh, I was making up. And the second line,
Why?
it's really wild. Yeah, so you have to like learn your baby and learn how much you can ignore. Just give them,
Is that important to developmentally, like ignore them sometimes or let them sleep through it, or like
Yeah.
I
Especially
I'm really worried about sleep, I guess. My wife loves to sleep. I also love to sleep myself.
Yeah.
That seems like a challenge.
I think sleep is the number one. It's like breastfeeding or feeding in general and sleep. And they're all so interconnected. Sleep is hard. You have to ignore them when they make their noises. And pretty quickly you'll learn your baby and like how much noise they make. Some people say, I gotta put this baby in another room. Like most people, and I think it's recommended that you sleep with your baby in your room, not necessarily in your bed, but in your room for the first 6 months. And then they can be in their own sleeping space. But I think it reduces the risk of SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome, where there's no like explainable reason that a baby dies in their sleep.
Whoa.
They just do. Yeah, it's not super common and it's kind of a mystery, but we have, all these things that we do to try to prevent it, obviously. So some people, have the bassinet right next to their bed and they're like, okay, no, that's not gonna work. You need to be on the other end or in the closet or whatever it is because they're so loud. Some people are great sleepers though. They sleep right through it. So, I mean, you'll wake up if they're really screaming, but that's kind of ideal because then when they really need me, I'm gonna wake up. There's also white noise machines babies love when it makes the sound of the womb. So
I can't sleep without a white noise machine as an
All of
adult.
us have gotten used to those just in life. So babies love them.
In like the first couple of, I have a couple of friends who've had children recently, and they were like, okay, first 2 weeks, just get through it. Like it's a war zone, just get through it. And like, take me through week 1, day 8, a night of sleep in your experience. I know every baby is different, but like, what was your experience like?
Yeah. You want to start at day 8?
Wow. Go for your worst day. Use programming for the worst.
Okay, the worst day is day 3. Okay. Because whether or not you're deciding to continue breastfeeding, your milk will come in. Your wife's milk will come in, not yours.
Is it the thing the way you know?
I'm not a neighbor's guy, but statistically probably not.
So, huge hormone shift, day 3, which increases prolactin, which means milk is being produced, but also decreases a lot of the fun, oh my God, I just gave birth. I have a human baby that we created, like all the good stuff that's happening for the first 24, 48 hours post-birth, gone. You're exhausted from the birth, but also from the last 2 days of whatever's been happening. And then you have these breasts that are very engorged and uncomfortable, most likely. And you have to learn to feed your baby kind of in a new way. It's like starting over. And then you feel pretty sad. It's a pretty weepy day for most women.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't feel sad, but they're just like, I don't know, I'm crying. Everything is just so different. It's overwhelming and all the feelings. It's a really intense day / night.
Day 3. Okay.
So day 3.
So then, as a husband, how can I help the most? Just for advice in general, for anybody expecting a baby.
Yeah, I think knowing this is wise.
Day 3 is a huge ticket for me to know.
Yeah,
That's great.
to know going into it and to know in the moment, hopefully this comes back to you. Oh, it's day 3.
Of course.
Just, I think reassurance that, hey, we're in this together. I know it feels like a lot. It is a lot. It's also gonna change tomorrow. Most likely we're gonna feel a lot better tomorrow. And working it through it. And, you know, making sure she's hydrated, making sure she's fed, I think is a huge thing. You need so many more calories when you're breastfeeding and just coming off of pregnancy and birth. I mean, she just ran like 3 marathons or something. So carb load, fat load, protein load. I think those are like practical things. Husbands love a job. That's what I've found. You guys love a task. It's just easier for the male brain to be like, what are the things I can do? So feeding her well, hydrating her well, taking literally anything else off her plate. Yeah, she's like, I want to hold the baby. Like sometimes I think a well-meaning family member or husband is like, I'll just take the baby and you just do whatever you want. Sometimes not the move.
Yeah.
It feels like just not right sometimes for women to be like even 50 feet away from their baby or to try to do something that feels normal. Just, it's too soon for that. So I think encouraging her, like, you got this and I'm going to get everything else, I think is generally very hopeful.
Noted.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it feels like common sense, but it's not. It's all going to be new, and it's terrifying to me personally. And it's nice to know that you just sort of like figure it out with your partner as you go, which is, I guess, how everything is in life. But and you mentioned like well-meaning family members. What a weird time. It's like getting married and having a kid are probably like these two things that happen in your life that like make your family a little weird.
Yeah.
What, like, did you have your family, anybody stay with you for those first, because I've heard that like it's crucial to have somebody, mom, you know, whomever it may be, stay with you and kind of like take some of the load on. Do you subscribe to that, or?
I think it depends a lot on the dynamics of that family. I think it can be good. Most of the time, I think it is too much.
Sure.
I think it's really important for you guys to just kind of struggle through it together and come out the other side knowing that you did it, and it sets the foundation for parenthood, which you most likely won't have your parents living with you with helping you out through.
We're close.
Yeah, hey, whatever works. We have both of our moms, like we're both from here and our moms live here.
Nice.
So they were close by, but I think I was just like, I got to do this myself. And I don't really want the advice or the well-meaning, oh, just go take a shower. Oh, just go out to lunch with a friend. I was not in a place to do that. And I really just needed, someone to come keep up with the laundry, cook me a meal.
Yeah.
Maybe hold the baby while I took a shower. Sure, it's always good to take a shower, you know? That's underrated in postpartum. A good shower where you know your baby is not going to be screaming in the room. But I don't know. I think a postpartum doula, I'm obviously biased, but I think a separate person that's not familial is very helpful. It's a neutral party.
Yeah, and this is a good opportunity to plug your works. Honestly, like how does one go about like getting a doula? How do you get hooked up with one of those?
Does everybody get a doula? Like when who is or who isn't?
In LA, it's very common. There are postpartum doulas, and then there are night nurses. I don't know if you guys have heard of these.
Sure.
So that would be just overnight care. And there's less of the like feelings and the processing your birth and processing the fight you had with your husband today. You know, it's less of that and more like, I got the baby, you guys go to sleep. And maybe there's like a feeding schedule worked out, or she can come wake you up to feed the baby, whatever it is. But that's like a survival thing that many people here use. I've definitely done that. I think it's valuable. And I think it leaves out a big part of that processing time with a person that you trust, but that is not involved in your family.
Did you use a night nurse or did you use another doula or how?
I had another doula. Yeah.
Another doula.
I never had night help. I co-slept with my babies in my bed, so it didn't make a lot of sense to me to, like, I knew I wouldn't have slept well if I tried to put the baby somewhere else with someone else. So nights were actually like pretty fine for me. It was more during the day and the other tasks of a home plus a baby, requiring all of that. Yeah. So a lot of people use them to varying degrees or at different times or whatever.
That sound means that we have a breaking news segment. Our segment is called Dads on the Ground. We've got real dads with their real stories about their real life kids.
Real life kids.
And our first one, our very, very first one, is our good friend Ike, who's just had a little baby girl within the past 2 weeks.
Everybody give it up for Ike. Everybody give it up for Ike's wife. Ike didn't do shit.
He did.
No, you did. And
At the very beginning,
you did. That's right.
Yeah.
I did a lot, you douchebags.
Ike, you do a lot every day.
You sure do, buddy. I don't think there's anybody who I'd rather be ushering us into our conversation with Madison, the doula, than somebody who's just had a baby. What is it like? What are things like on the ground right now?
A few nights ago, probably about a week ago, a couple days into her being home from the hospital, she was having horrible gas or trouble pooping. And so we, of course, I was trying to help her. I was doing there's all these exercises you can do. You can do bicycle kicks where you kind of kick their legs a little. You massage their tummy in the I love you tummy stretch. And one awesome person on Reddit said that their OB or their pediatrician had told them, you know, the way to get them to poop, you stick a Q-tip up their butt. And it was about 3 a.m. And I assume you're going to say I don't recommend this, and I shouldn't have done this. We learned from our pediatrician the next day. Probably shouldn't. But only because it teaches them. It doesn't teach them how to actually. They need to learn how to poop themselves.
Oh, I see.
Learn the muscles.
I see.
Yeah.
So 3 a.m. We'd been up literally all night, and it was just brutal. And we went in there with a little Q-tip. It was like a bomb had gone off after that.
In sound or volume, or like in mass?
Mass, I would say. Table was flooded.
I mean, like straight liquid. Are we talking about, or it's got to
there's
be
no
right?
solid.
Yeah.
Mostly liquid.
Okay.
Mostly a liquidy, sort of like a Wendy's Frosty, I would say is the
Aw.
consistency.
Oh, we gotta cut. We gotta cut this call. This.
So that happened about 3 a.m. And then we have a wonderful dog who is not really taking to having a child around that well. She's fine. She's just kind of like a little like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Schedule's all weird.
Yeah,
She's like,
yeah.
why are we up at 2 a.m.? And Finley the dog, after that, she was like, look, it's time to take me out.
Yeah.
Trying to take me out. So I'm by the door at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So I take her to our backyard. She goes out there. I'm standing there, and she's pooping, and then all the sprinklers come on. It's 3 in the morning, and she's about a foot away from one of the sprinkler heads, and so she is just getting blasted, and I'm sort of sleep deprived. Like I'm just like, oh my god! And I yell, Finley, run! But she can't. She's mid poop, and dogs don't stop. She's not gonna. And so, but eventually she does run in, and I run to turn off the sprinkler like system thing, but she just gets totally soaked at 3:30 a.m. So, and that was my birthday. I think that was on my birthday.
Damn. Happy birthday, Jago.
But it is wonderful. Of
course.
I say that. I would never take her back to the hospital. We have a good baby. We're solid. She just had to learn to poop for a second.
Ike, that was a harrowing story. You're a warrior. Your wife is a warrior. Thank you for making this segment real.
Thanks, Ike. Hang in there, buddy.
Hey, I don't know what to say. I always will.
I think that's an appropriate response.
I always will. Yeah.
How about this? Love you.
What?
Love you.
That felt good.
Oh, it's great.
Yep. He's gone.
When do you book a doula?
I think it's wise to book a doula halfway through pregnancy. Sure. Because then you can walk through pregnancy together too and talk about what you're worried about postpartum, what you think you might want. Some doulas are like chefs, literally. So food might be the focus. Like, just keep us fed. Some, do body work. So massage or acupuncture. I mean, there's such a range. So I would say definitely in pregnancy is ideal. You can be talking about so much and do a lot of the like baby care info sessions, prep work. Yeah. No. Instead of kind of trying to jump in once things are chaotic, which is very common. I think that's the majority of how I get hired is people are like, oh shit, we heard about this and we thought we'd be fine and we're not. We're not. Like, please come help. Can you come tonight at 9 p.m.? Like, always like that.
Or like, can you start now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you? So my wife and I have talked about, really nannying, which it seems similar to doula-ing, but doula-ing maybe is more involved. But we're both freelancers. We sort of like a line day birth, which can be challenging to think about him having a kid right now. And so one of our considerations was like, can we afford having a doula? And I'm not asking you how much money you make, but for people out there who would need this service, they think, is it more attainable than some people may realize?
That's a fair question.
No, I know. Yeah.
I think postpartum for sure, because it's typically an hourly rate. Some people want like a package where it's $3,000 for this many visits or something.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate that model because I think hourly gets a little tricky. Sure. Postpartum is not like a linear time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll be good by 2 p.m. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen that day? Like you cannot plan anything. So I love someone who's willing to be like, yeah, I'll be there on Tuesday and just see what we need. Yeah. Kind of thing. Up to 8 hours. What? I think it's something that you should budget for in when you think about the whole circle of having a child. Like people think about nannies, I think. When you get pregnant or if you plan before you get pregnant, yeah, this is how much our childcare is going to cost, and this is just kind of the beginning of it.
Yeah.
A birth doula, I think now it's probably starting around $2,000, and that includes the prenatal, like labor prep sessions, the birth, being on call for 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after your due date, and then coming to the birth. And then usually they'll do 1 or 2 postpartum visits to round that out. And then postpartum doulas are probably anywhere from 40 to 50 to 75, who knows, an hour, depending on the additional things that they offer.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Just hearing you say it is something you should budget for, it tells me all I need to know.
Yeah.
But, like, if you can afford it, it is something that you need to be doing.
Yeah.
Tell me just a little bit more about that package. Like, that's an interesting thing. I'd only thought about it hourly. What is the packages that you were talking about?
I mean, that's something I think most doulas are like, they don't have set packages so much. It's more like, let's just chat about what you guys think you want. Some do days and nights. So they might be there from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then kind of skip that next day that they're leaving in the morning. And the next day they come for 4 hours-ish during the day. I always say I like to be there for at least 4 hours to see at least one feeding, because that's just something that's really up for most people and they want hands-on help with.
Yeah.
So usually it's 4 to 8 hours is like a daytime shift, and night is probably 6 to 10 hours, and you just work that out. So I think you would either say this many times a week for this much money, or this many times total, and then maybe we'll reassess once we've used all those up.
Just like a conversation, basically. Just a relationship thing.
I mean, that's how I like to work. Definitely some people are more, I don't know, regimented with their contracts and things, but for me, it's like such an intimate relationship. Like I'm gonna probably see you guys like fight. Definitely gonna see fluids coming out of your wife in all ways. Like there's got to be healthy boundaries, but like no pretense about chatting real life.
I'm sure every doula is different, but what's a reasonable expectation for the ratio of time the doula spends with the wife, the mother versus the father? Like, because you're describing working with the mom as if it's like you're there for the mom. I know you're there for the postpartum, but what's the ratio between mom and dad?
90/10. Mom.
Wow.
Well, it was nice to know you.
So sorry. This is something that I've been thinking about more and more recent years in my own work, especially prenatally. Like, I really want these dads to be meeting with us, and even like with me separately, like if they want to go on a walk or go get coffee, whatever. Because I think men try to be the firm foundation for their wives, which is beautiful and admirable, but also like there's a lot going on for you, and I don't want to negate that either prenatally or in the day-to-day postpartum. Like, you are holding your family together essentially. Like, in that time we want her to just be however she needs to be on any given day, but that's a lot to hold. You're not a therapist, as far as I know, a clinically trained person.
No, he is not.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not a comedian, am I? I think it's important for all of us to know our roles, but for me to hold space for that too. So I do think day-to-day postpartum, it is at least 80-20, maybe 90-10, mother baby focused. And I think of mother baby as one at that time. They are still, like, the baby does not know that it's separated from its mother for months. So they're treated as one.
Whoa.
Do you ever go into that situation where you're dealing with mother baby and give dad a task, since we're so stupid and task oriented?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, go on a rant.
Yeah, or like just give them something to think about.
Yes. Like, I'm happy to give tasks, or I'm happy to release you from holding that while I'm there. It's all the time. After maybe the first or second visit, I'm like, hey, we're in the kitchen and she's doing something else. feel free, by the way. Like, you don't have to be here right now.
Why don't you get the fuck out?
Take the longest shower, go on a run. Like, you know, you are physically able to do those things that are normal life. She is not. She can't go to a Pilates class. She can't just go on a walk, probably yet. But you can. And the time that I'm there might be the only time that you can. I don't want you leaving her at 6 p.m. to go grab a drink with your bro. Not the time.
And I leave at 1 p.m. while she's here. Write that down. Write that down. Don't leave it.
Okay, add that to the, like, we didn't even talk about a night of sleep. Well, we should go back there because that's important. But day 3, rough times. Sun going down, rough times.
Sure.
Ooh.
Like, it's scary if the sun goes down.
I'm very thankful we're having a summer baby, so I'm very thankful for just more
Oh
daylight.
yeah, you'll have a minimum sundown hour.
Wait, what does that mean though? What does it mean that when the Sunday's down,
I
it
think
gets
it
scary?
just feels like, oh shit, here we go. Like another night, and I have no clue how it's gonna go. There's also the witching hour. You guys have heard that term. That's real.
Yeah,
Like-
babies are going crazy. Way hard than that.
Crazy. They just want to eat constantly. They're crying for no reason. Like, you can have the chillest baby from 7 a.m. to 5, and then suddenly you're just like, what just happened?
Whoa.
So you're coming off of the witching hour, and then you're going into darkness, and you're just like, oh my god, okay.
Today's episode of Half Expecting is brought to you by no one. We don't have any sponsors.
We're looking for some.
We're looking for some.
actively.
Do you sell a product that dads or parents would like?
Do you have a place of business that you would like to promote?
Are you desperate to get the word out about the thing you like to do?
Then contact us at halfexpectingpod@gmail.com and also send us some money, wire transfer, please.
Yeah, the money will have to come first.
So then break down the bad knives and go back through our tour.
So 0 to 3 weeks, babies sleep completely unpredictably. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no nap time. There's no schedule. Don't bother. Like, please don't bother. If someone tells you that you gotta wake the baby up or put the baby to sleep, like, just don't. They're just gonna be in and out of sleep 24/7. And then at 3 weeks, they like wake up to the world a bit more. And there might be like a little more effort that you have to put in to put them to sleep. Or they might be bothered by like the sunlight from the window, noises, all of those things. So if we're going to day 8, I would say exhaustion is probably setting in, because even if everything's going perfectly, you're not going to sleep and waking up in the morning. It's just babies have to eat every 1.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
So you're up.
Yeah.
Somebody's up. Maybe you guys figure something out where no one of you wakes up.
I have a big question there because what I've been hearing is that I wake up and do night feedings. If maybe maybe, and then she has to pump at that same time, right? So she's up regardless. But I would do like the change and the feed.
Okay.
Is that something that's doable? No. What do you prescribe?
I think it's a sweet idea, but for a husband to volunteer that, or, you know, to make this like collaborative plan, for me, that seems silly.
Why?
Because you're both up then. Like, I get the like solidarity of it, and maybe that does feel better for your partner. Like, maybe she's like, no, I don't want to look over at you sleeping while I'm feeding the baby and changing up. But for me, I was always like, you sleep. Because then when the baby's actually awake at 6, 7 a.m., I can the off. I'm like, oh yeah, that 6 hours sleep you just got, use it. Bye. I'm going back to sleep.
That's a really good point.
So that's when I take.
Yeah. If you're thinking of it in shifts, I guess if you have to get up either way, then at least alternate, I guess, in the night.
Yeah. I like the idea. Okay. What I think works best, it's like a hybrid of that. Because typically, especially in those first like month or 2, really, the baby's gonna get its longest stretch of sleep from like 9 p.m. to 1, maybe.
Okay.
So what I've seen work well is mom feeds the baby and goes to sleep like 9 p.m. Like, it's hard because you want to be together or whatever it is when the baby's actually dead asleep. But no, go to sleep. you're on baby duty, whether that's out here or you're just listening for the baby. And then you are on baby duty for that stretch. They probably won't need to eat and like maybe we'll just sleep the whole time, but she knows that you're on awake. And then she can feed the baby when they wake up and then you can both go to sleep. So you kind of shift it. There's like these longer shifts, I guess you say. Yeah.
Okay.
So that seems really nice that there's like this 4-hour chunk right there where maybe she can, anxiety is another thing that I would love to ask you about. How do you quell that? How do you go to sleep when you have a tiny little thing can use you all the time?
Yeah, it's hard.
No.
I think all the eye masks and the headphones, all the
Really?
things.
I had wondered about AirPods. Like, is that a cruel parenting technique if you just AirPod it up for a little while? No.
Wow, AirPod it up. Or they have these things, I think they're called Boop or something. They're like, they don't play anything, but they just soften outside noise. So you can still hear.
Yeah.
Like, she'll totally hear the baby screaming, crying, but probably won't hear those little noises and like won't hear if you come to bed or, just the little disturbances. So something like that I think is great. I mean, postpartum anxiety is like a real mood disorder that like, we're talking about extremes.
Yeah.
But we can be like teetering on the edge of that. I think it's hard to know, okay, is this normal or is this like, I need to talk to someone about it. And most providers, like in the hospital, you're not checking in until 6 weeks postpartum, which is a long time.
Well.
So you're sort of the first line of defense for her. Yeah. And then again, the doula would be the first line of defense for you and being like, how are we really doing here?
Yeah.
Are we sleeping when we can? Are we finding it hard to sleep? Are we worried about the baby's like well-being when they're asleep? How much of that is normal?
You mentioned moments that you need all hands on deck. Like when you come in, it's you do so much obviously, but like what are some of the main things that you're like, this is what I do every day for everybody?
Hold the baby so she can shower.
Okay.
That's done pretty often. Yeah. Laundry. So much laundry. Sure love laundry. So I'm always happy to do laundry. Unloading a dishwasher, loading a dishwasher, some sort of meal. Whether I'm making it or just heating it up, filling water bottles, constant. A little tidy if there's like space for that. Sure. Breastfeeding help is a lot of it. There's lactation consultants, which are like, that's all they do. I'm not officially that, but it's all in the training and have lots of experience with that. So that's probably what we like the most hands-on means breastfeeding stuff. And then baby like comfort measures, I guess, is another category of like, how do we swaddle? What do we do when we have swaddled and they're still freaking out? So I'm literally like, oh, you stand like this, you rock like this, you pat the butt like this. Like there's a lot of that. So it's either baby care and breastfeeding or mother care and house care. Those are sort of the categories.
It's wide.
He's pretty wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying that those first 6 weeks until that first check-in, dad, husband, partner is really the first line of defense for mom. And then from there, it's doula for dad. In checking in, how are things going? What can dad, partner do for mom to make it as easy to be honest about what's going on as possible? Because I would hate for my partner to not feel comfortable to tell me what's really going on, how she's really feeling, knowing that anything that she's feeling is normal and natural to be expected. Like what are some of the tangible things to help kind of open that up?
I think the tendency to say, oh, like bring her water. For example, she's like about to breastfeed the baby. She's sitting on the couch. Bring her water and then, okay, you're good. Okay. And then go do something else. It's sweet. And I'm sure it's like something that needs to be done. But then she's just stuck in one position for possibly an hour and probably thinking a lot and probably feeling a lot because also there's like huge releases of hormones as you're breastfeeding. So I think finding those little moments of stillness that are many in the postpartum time, and just being with her,
Yeah.
it's hard because there's so much to be done. She's sitting here like looking at the laundry, looking at whatever needs to be done that she cannot do. So it's hard to manage. When do I do the task that will help her feel calm, and when do I just sit and listen and check in? But I think as much as you can do that at least a couple times a day,
Yeah.
at least once a day, really, just like, yeah, how's it going today?
Or just offer it.
Yeah, or just chatting. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
she's not feeling normal. So how can we just remind ourselves that we're still us and we still care about each other? It's not just about this baby. We made this baby and brought this baby to earth. How can we
That's
connect again?
That's so helpful. I would never have thought of that. I would have immediately tried to go and get busy somewhere else and help her in that way. But that's so helpful to hear that. And candidly, had no clue that breastfeeding took that long.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a long thing in the early days. Yeah. An hour is pretty average by the time you like get the baby actually going. Yeah. And then you usually are doing both sides in one feeding. So wow, it's long.
Yeah.
We're on a sitting. Yeah. So
Can you breastfeed while walking?
yeah,
Whoa.
sure. There have been many maneuvers I have heard of and experienced, like babies in car seats, like you're in the back seat with them and it's like the baby's screaming, we gotta just do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wild. Won't recommend in
Yeah.
early postpartum.
Is there anything else? It's like, don't don't be like the other 80% of guys that do this thing wrong or miss this thing.
Well, I think another thing I was gonna say in like helping to just foster this openness is this assumption that this all just comes naturally to all women. Like we just know how to take care of a baby and not sleep and feed them from our body and all of the other things. Things that imply that you're assuming that are pretty rough. Like
Yeah.
if your wife does open up to you and say like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is so hard. And you're like kind of confused by that, or like, oh, like, or you make that a problem. Like, of what? Like, you should know how to do. I don't know what I'm doing. You should know how to do it. Rough. That's hard to hear.
Okay, so calling her dumb was a bad idea.
Your body broken?
Usually it comes from just like, what? Like, I thought you knew how to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to help you with that.
From what I've heard from Molly, I think that it sounds like women put so much pressure on themselves for their bodies to be perfect and like working and for it to come naturally in that way that, for me to assume as much or suggest as much would be very hurtful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I bet that in defense of their own like insecurity about not knowing what the fuck's going on, that a guy would absolutely be like, you got it, right? Like you should know what you're doing because
Yeah, I've definitely seen that. Or even if like they have hired me and I'm there, like, oh, you guys got this. Whereas it's a family affair. You know, it's really like she needs you. Just because I'm there doesn't mean she does not need her partner. I'm just hopefully making it a little easier. So
That's a
I guess
great point.
if you do hire a doula, don't assume that your wife now does not need you and does not want to see you or talk to you or sharing it.
so does the dad now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I do not want to be your partner. I'm not equipped. I don't know you that well. And I'm not trying to take over care of your baby. I'm just trying to equip you guys. Trying to work myself out of the job. That's what we are taught in our training.
I am backing away slowly from
Yeah.
this relationship.
Yeah.
You know, just going back to Claude's warning for me, just so that we don't.
Graphic.
I was gonna ask if you could give Stephen one piece of advice, maybe a graphic warning or a heads up, or
There's going to be so many fluids. Like, there's breast milk. There's the baby's regurgitated breast milk. There's blood. There's sweat. women sweat, like have these intense night sweats postpartum. So you might just wake up to like the wettest bed that does not seem humanly possible. Like for sure you peed all over the bed, right?
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. Lots of sheet changing. Add that to my list of things I do.
That's why there's so much laundry.
So much. Yeah. She's adding to the laundry. It's like they try to blame the baby. It's not the baby's fault. Yeah. Fluids. She will be bleeding for longer than a typical period.
Yeah.
So, and
How long does that last usually?
anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks. We don't want it to last 6 weeks, and it's tapering off. But depending on how soon you try to get back to too much activity, it will like fluctuate.
Oh,
So it's a good indicator of rest.
were we about to ask the same question?
Maybe.
When you say bleeding, I was thinking bleeding from just like the wounding of the giving birth. But are you saying bleeding from like the
A hormone.
the uterus? Yeah, like
change in.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
So it's all from the uterus.
oh,
You're on. The baby is in the uterus inside of the amniotic sac, and the umbilical cord goes from the baby to the placenta, which is on the wall of the uterus. So baby comes out, and then the placenta detaches and also comes out. So
Comes out where? Break it down.
through her vagina.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You will see it. It is a whole ass organ that her body will grow for each pregnancy, grows its own placenta. Okay? Amazing.
Crazy.
It's gnarly looking. Okay? Like, I'll tell you that right now. And you know,
I appreciate that eye contact you're giving me right now. It's really working.
it's caprice. Yeah, I think they're beautiful and amazing, but I do see how they're crazy.
People eat these. It is used widely for medical purposes and longevity things. And I wouldn't be able to tell you what one looks like, but I've heard that they are very interesting and they often fall on the floor after birth happens. Is that? Nope, maybe not.
Crazy. I mean, they could, for sure.
But it's like a whole other delivery after the baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's soft.
Sure.
It's, compared to a baby, it's
You just had a skull.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you feel it for sure, but it's more of like a relief feeling for most women. It's like, okay, like we're done. Now the birth is complete.
Yeah.
So yeah, the baby is connected from their belly button to that thing. And then when you cut the cord, they are disconnected from that. But that space where the placenta was connected to her uterus is now essentially open. So I don't like to call it a wound because like it's on purpose. Like it's not like bad that happened, but it is, there's a mark there. There's tissue to be revived in some way, and then other stuff that is just coming out.
Interesting that like the placenta is connected to the uterine lining, the wall of the uterus, and it doesn't like callus over before this connection happens. It is just open.
Yeah.
That's wild.
it's like losing a tooth.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It is like that. Yeah. Like, especially if you can't see the new tooth coming in.
Yeah.
It's like, fleshy and yeah. So that has to heal. And that's
3 to 6 weeks.
yeah. And so her uterus, is big enough to have a baby, full grown baby in a watermelon. And then it's contracting each time she breastfeeds, and otherwise it's contracting like she's having contractions in labor.
Oh.
Which can be painful for the first.
Jeez.
It's a lot, you guys. Women really do it to bring life here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, bleeding, but I don't know, everyone's different how much openness there is around periods in typical life with their partner. But it's like more likely that you might need to like help her in some way in the bathroom. She's wearing these huge pads. There's like, if she tears at all, there's more care to be done.
Yeah.
And while your baby's screaming in the other room, it's just a lot. So you're gonna have to get comfortable with the fluids. There's really no way around it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's all supposed to be happening. So if that's reassuring to you at all, like, this is a lot of blood and it's supposed to be happening.
What can I do to help Steven get prepared for the fluids?
Maybe you could just like throw things at him every once in a while. Chris, do it. Sometimes baby like projectile vomit. Like
I can do that with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you like a turkey baster. You
Yeah,
touch like from time to time. Yeah.
Wolf.
Yeah.
I would sneak in.
Boy.
I would sneak in the middle of the night.
I'm not 100% influenced personally. Actually, I'm a photographer, and I was shooting a couple of families with young children not too long ago, and there's a lot of vomiting happening throughout our session. We're trying to bounce the baby and get it to smile. And stuff. Oh, no, it's everybody had nickel.
They were just so nervous to get their picture taken.
Yeah. Oh, some people clenched their fists, and this family threw up. Yeah, but the babies were like threw up a couple of times, and I definitely think that milk vomit is kind of gross.
It smells terrible.
It smells bad.
God forbid it dries somewhere.
Oh,
Throw the couch.
Throw it away. Did you have to get rid of your nice things when you were kids?
You know, we were thrust into parenthood.
Me too.
Yeah. So I don't think we have you have nicer things, unfortunately.
Oh,
I was
thanks. That's very nice.
23.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm 35, so I paid my I got my nice things.
you wanna, I mean, some like if she has a spot where she breastfeeds a lot, maybe just put a towel, just line it in the ass, and put the baby up on your shoulder and just
Oof.
Yeah.
so.
Just keep the window open.
You might have to protect your nice things, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm very much against the idea of like your life will never be the same.
Thank you for saying that.
Suck kids, like, just ruin everything. Like no, they don't.
Yeah.
It's
Mongo was getting her nails done a couple of days ago, and we haven't told that many people yet, because it's still pretty early. But the nail tech was like, they were got on the subject of kids, and the nail tech was like, "Don't ever have kids." As she's sitting there pregnant, and she's like, "You can't do anything anymore. It's the worst." And for as many people as have been so like nice and sweet and gracious about this whole thing, there have been a couple of people that's pretty funny that are just like, "Yeah, just don't do it. Yeah, if I could go back and not have kids, I would." And we're like, "Oh no."
What is that about? What is that about? Because I'm watching your face and I hear you saying that's not it.
Yeah.
What do you think is happening for the people that are saying it'll change your life, don't do it?
I mean, it'll change your life and don't do it are two, like, those shouldn't be in the same sentence.
You shouldn't expect your life to not change.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Of course your life is going to change. Your life is 100% going to change. Like, don't get me wrong about that. Your life is going to change drastically for the best reason, in the best ways. Like, never been so connected to my partner. Never been so proud of what my body can do and what we can get through together, and like what we can accomplish that has nothing to do with money, you know, goals in the same way that we used to think about them. I think the sentiment of don't do it or I regret it or whatever is a lack of support all around from the beginning all the way through. Like we, you know, heard it a million times, takes a village. We don't have a village, especially in LA. It does not exist. We're trying desperately to recreate it, and I don't think that's a silly thing to do. I think you should have your own version of a community and a village. But I think people start out with a real lack of that, and then all they experience is the hard parts with no like life brought back into that or woven through it. And that's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to hear that people would actually like say, I've had a child and I wish I didn't. That's really rough.
Yeah, but what you're saying though, I had a child and it was really hard for me, as you should expect it to be, but it was really hard for me because I didn't have support, because I didn't have financial resources, whatever it might be. And so that's colored my experience. That sounds more reasonable to me. It was really hard is different than I wouldn't do it again. Right? I'm sure that's what they meant. But people get so like hyperbolic when they're talking about kids.
Yeah.
Right now, we don't have any sponsors, but if you're a business owner, a brand, or someone associated with somebody who works in something that has to do something along the lines with kids, or parents, or babies, we wanted to give you a taste of what your ad could sound like.
Hey, do you ever get that funny feeling when it's the end of the day and you haven't had that creamy filling of a kosher hot dog? in this ad, kosher. In this ad, kosher hot dogs are filled. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Just go with it. This is a product. In this ad.
I feel like at least 3 or 4% better about having a kid. Great. So thank you so much for that. 4%.
Yeah. Before you leave, we've asked you to bring an activity for Steven, something that he can tangibly do to prepare for becoming a dad. So would you mind introducing to us your activity?
We're gonna just see how much you can figure out on the fly.
Sweet angel.
A baby, pretty life size, not accurate in weight. This is my baby from my childhood. Okay, so she's a little rough, but this is a real outfit from my last baby, so like it fits pretty well.
Brought in a onesie from your own.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's your baby.
Thank you.
I am gonna be hard on you and make you like handle this baby like you have to handle a real baby.
Okay.
Gotta support the neck.
Yep. Neck and butt, right?
Have zero like tone.
And
so
on a hip if I can find it, is what I'm hearing.
I mean they're too little for a hip anyway, so it's okay to.
Can I practice the football carry you mentioned?
Yeah.
So okay. Never
Never by the hand.
everyone never do that.
Yeah, the transition to the football hold is interesting.
It's interesting.
You would, probably have them somehow upright on you.
Yeah.
Always holding behind their head.
Yeah.
I would probably put your arm, this part of your arm on their back and use these fingers to hold their head.
Okay. This arm, yes.
Which arm are you going to hold?
I'm just gonna football hold in my right arm probably because that's what I'm most
Okay,
confident.
so use your other arm.
Other arm.
Mm-hmm.
Pinch.
And then,
Jack.
I mean, you have to just kind of figure out how to get them
Yeah.
down there. Their head can be at your elbow
Okay.
or in your hand.
I was like, what's the ending position? Elbow? Which one do you suggest? Maybe we go between the legs. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going
Okay.
like, so it's like evenly distributed.
Yeah.
And then
And the nook here.
yeah, their head, they can just like hang. Their legs and arms would be kind of hanging.
Nice.
And their head would probably naturally go to one side, you know,
Yeah.
and everyone put them face down where they can't breathe. But
Sure. So like
know that.
their little hip would probably roll into my pocket and then they kind of lay sideways like this.
yeah, so if you're sitting, they can really rest. If
Yeah.
you're standing, you can be
This feels good.
relaxing.
This feels
It
good.
comes very naturally.
I like this as a resting position. This feels better to me than like up here. I think I would totally revert to this most of the time. You brought me a swaddle. You identified something that I'm a little self-conscious. Yeah, would you take my jaw for a minute? Thank you.
Yeah, you'll have to teach us how to hold a baby while podcasting because we will be doing that.
We will. Yeah. So
The hold will be great.
I will.
For you.
I felt very
Yeah.
fine.
Just don't bonk the head on the mic. Yeah.
Do you ever do head in the hand?
Yeah. So you can.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
Oh no, I did it in the elbow nook.
So just right there, nose in between the fingers, right? So they can breathe.
Bring them to the side.
Yeah. Oh,
Like a masseuse's table.
Yeah. I mean, you could, I guess. I don't know how much a baby would appreciate that.
Yeah, if my baby did have core strength right away.
Yeah, your baby could just sit on your shoulder. Perfect. Hair.
So cute.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we figure this out? How to swaddle?
I think it'd be good to start to see what the
Right.
what the baseline is. So Steven, swaddle with no instruction.
I'm just gonna do it in my lap. Or
You're going to flat surface.
yeah, there's my first instinct is that I'm able to do it on my lap, which is incorrect. So I think that while I am swaddling this baby, you gave me this piece of advice is that you start out with a triangular clause. So I already have that drawn for me, but I knew that coming in. So
He's ahead of
yeah, I had it way ahead of the game. Okay, so just I'm grabbing my head, and we're gonna put you right there at the top, and we're going to. I understand that arms are a big thing, so I'm gonna tuck those just like such. And I also have seen one Instagram video where you tuck the knees like this a little bit. Potentially, you're giving me nothing. So I guess. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna cross it over. I'm gonna put it under that arm first. Okay. And I'm gonna tuck right there. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go over this arm. No, I'm not yet. Nope. I'm gonna go knees here, and I'm gonna pull that in there. I'm gonna put that right. Lost a corner. Put that right under there, over that shoulder. Okay. Oh man, I really hope that you're not lying right now. And then you tuck this over. This goes around this way. And I really wish I knew where to tuck it in, but I think it goes all the way around, and I think you tuck it on this other side.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That's basically correct.
Wow.
I'm very impressed.
I don't take full credit. I did say that I watched that one video,
Right.
and I think that I kind of remembered it from that.
That's still great.
Thank you.
I mean, you tucked eye in the shoulder with the bottom piece. That's
That's
professional.
the way to go? Okay. I still don't feel like I do it correctly. So would you show us the actual proper way to do this? And then I would love to take that home.
So yeah, you can, as your baby grows, you can adjust the size of this triangle and like fold this top part less, whatever. You know, you have a long, tall baby. I'm gonna fold it less. So I line up their shoulders with the top of the thing because you never want anything over their face or close to it. Oh, sure. So they move, you know, as great of a swaddle as you do, it will probably get loosened. And as they move, you just want there to be a little bit of space for it to move up without covering their nose. Sure. You're not there for some reason. Okay. They're sleeping. So you start shoulder or like a tiny bit below. And then like you did, we tuck under here. I will roll them. Tuck it under the roll. This is always secure. Yeah, it's like we're talking tight. Like this is tight. Okay.
Any like you could fit one finger in there? Is it a 2-finger? I have a stretchy. I don't know.
Tight. Yeah, one finger. Like you want them to breathe well and not be restricted in any way. But you know, remember we're trying to go from this reflex to like so they're still gonna move a little, but yeah, you had yours folded better than mine. But if you need it longer because they're longer, you don't have to go behind the shoulder. Most newborns you can't because they're so scrunchy. Sure. But you can also just go here.
So you're saying that the knees isn't even a crucial move. This person was selling it like it was the only thing.
I mean, maybe I'm behind on my like continuing education here.
But in your experience, is it mostly arms that are going crazy, or is it legs too?
It's mostly arms.
Mostly arms.
Yeah. And then yeah, you just take the other one and you go. The tightness is helpful in misstep because then you have lots of space to tuck again.
That
Burrito
is so good. That's a secure baby.
is so secure.
Is there anything that we haven't covered today? You're like, oh, this is like actually major. I know there's a million things that you teach people all the time, but I'm curious, like, what is the number one thing? Not even male specific, not even for me, but that new parents kind of maybe don't know that they need to know.
Okay. Well, one like sweet feelings one is that you're doing a great job and babies are resilient. Feels like there are so many things that could go wrong, but really they're going to be fine. Like that really in the newborn days, it's survival.
Yeah.
And if you're feeding your baby, changing them and holding them, they're great. They're great. And they're going to tell you if they're not. I think just like a quick little fun breastfeeding fact, baby stomachs are so small. And at first, before that day 3 that we talked about, when Yelp like comes in, that is mature milk. So like white breast milk that you have probably seen in a bottle or whatever. That's when that happens, day 3. Yeah. Before that, there's something called colostrum, which is being produced throughout pregnancy, and it's there immediately, postpartum. Babies are getting that, then they breastfeed, and it looks like if you tried to express it or pump it, it would be like this much, and that's all they need. So just a little breastfeeding reassurance, even if it feels like there's nothing happening and your baby's not getting anything, they are. And
Is breastfeeding like the number one challenge that most new moms face? I feel like it's such a hurdle.
yeah,
And then
I think so.
yeah. Well, good to know that you don't need to be
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, if you don't feel like, or it doesn't seem like you're producing a ton of milk, there's probably another reason your baby's upset, and it's not that they're starving after an hour-long feed.
Specifically in those first 2 days.
Right.
Ah,
Once your milk comes in, then your baby will lose weight, there's so many things, guys, that are important. The baby will lose weight from their birth weight. So they'll be weighed at birth and they will lose weight in the first week, first couple days. They will lose weight. It depends how much, but no matter how great you're doing at feeding your baby, they will lose weight. And we just want them to be back to their birth weight by 2 weeks old. So that's your first like goalpost of, is this going well? My baby seems content. I think it's going well, but is it really? Have they gained their birth weight back by
2
2
weeks,
weeks?
weigh it.
That's your.
I see.
Is it possible to overfeed?
No.
Really?
Nice. Love that.
Not possible to overfeed.
Whoa. My dad says that when he was a baby, he was 25 pounds at 6 months because whenever he would cry, his mom would just feed him oatmeal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What?
Oatmeal. I don't know how. I don't know how apocryphal that story is.
I mean, depending on what decade he was born in. I mean,
It was the 50s.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of weird shit going on. No, there's no way to overfeed. The more you put your baby to the breast, the more milk you produce. So
Oh.
good.
Oh.
Is that why is that why you hear stories of women who are breastfeeding their kids 2, 3, 4 years in because they just don't stop?
I mean, yeah, you don't stop if you keep supply and demand. So if the demand keeps coming, the supply will keep coming.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if that's why people are breastfeeding 2, 3, 4.
No, but I thought it was like, I thought the body stops producing it. No, it just
Cut it off. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Interesting. Is there an age at which you find that it's like time to stop, or is there anything like suggested medically?
The World Health Organization encourages breastfeeding past 2.
Past 2? No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in like every other culture, they're not stopping.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They might
Here, I
be-
think the average is like 6 months or something.
They might be like introducing whole, like solid foods before then, but like,
You're introducing solid food. By a year, the majority of their food is solid food instead of formula or breast milk.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like more of a comfort measure or, a bedtime, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a bit around, but yeah,
And
there's no reason to stop at a certain age.
Okay. Another thing that I heard the other day is that basically when you start feeding your child, you're teaching it how to choke successfully.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
You adjusted you. Yeah.
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 Yeah. We're gonna have to come back for another episode.
I would love to have you back. Either before we have or yeah, after we have our child. I'd love for you to come and tell us that.
can we bring you in mid birth? We'll be potting.
I want you in the room. Like you. Yeah. We'll do a podcast.
I'll be there. You'll be there. We'll all be there. Yeah.
No, but yeah. So I read something the other day that when you introduce solid foods, you're just teaching your child how to successfully aspirate without dying.
Yeah.
Sure. In a way.
Yeah.
Right. They have to learn what it feels like to swallow it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Because with breastfeeding, they're essentially, their mouth just goes like this. It squeezes the breast, and then their tongue carries it back to the back of their mouth. They don't know think about it. It's just built into their jaw and their tongue. So then when you get food that you have to chew, even if you don't have teeth, but it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the swallowing is weird. It's like,
There's a lot that looks like choking, but knowing the difference between that and actually choking is important.
well, again, thank you so much for coming, for giving us your time, and your expertise, and for sharing your first child.
Ow.
Cut.
Great.
Did it.
Great.
You rock. You rock.
Thanks, Madison.
Oh, that audio was bad.
Yeah, that was really sad.
But it's okay. This it allows the viewer to be a part of the production process.
Not every podcast can be like perfect from the jump like ours was.
Yeah.
Until that.
Until that moment. That was the thing. And we look and present like we have our lives so tight, and
No, it's a mess. It's a mess, Stephen.
it's hard to be.
Part of the reason why we're so devastated by it is because it was such a good conversation, and
We had a great
hopefully, as you're watching this, you know that there was so much to be learned. What's like the number one takeaway? The thing that was the most like either the most surprising or
I really got a kick out of, but I really thought it was interesting that when your wife is breastfeeding, that's such a great time for you to just sit there with her. And I think I will take that with me. The day 3 thing was huge, but
Yeah.
I think the using breastfeeding as a time to like connect one-on-one, I never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
Would have always tried to do something to stay busy,
Yeah.
to help out around the house. But when she was talking about the hormones that are being released as we're breastfeeding and using that as a time to, be present was really cool. I think I'll definitely take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels intuitive, but I feel like because of good intentions, sometimes it gets lost, which is like, you gotta just listen to what mom is saying she needs. She made that example of like when an in-law's in town, she's like, I'll just hold the baby for you. And it's like, we being anybody not in the position of the person who's going through the experience that moms are going through, like we think we know what they need. And sometimes that will end up meaning that we're like assuming what's needed or based on what we're seeing is either taken care of or not taken care of. She looks tired, so let me really reduce the load instead of saying like, what does your body feel? Like, what do you need right now? And trusting that what she says she needs is what she needs.
Yeah.
So that's again, I don't have to worry about that, but
Sounds like it might be good for you.
yeah, keep it in mind.
Yeah.
Keep it in mind.
Well, yeah, we appreciate you taking a listen. Hope you've enjoyed. If you would like and subscribe,
Yeah.
that would be huge for us. Share it. Take it with you as you take the train to work.
Listen to it again.
Listen again.
Because I know you missed something.
I know.
I know you
And
missed
it's
something.
not because
Did
you
you see
couldn't
when
hear
Steven
it.
took his pants off?
Go
Better
back
go
and
watch.
go back and watch.
And also, we do want to hear not just from the people that we're bringing on, but also from you, what specifically with doulas, what's been your experience? Have you used a doula? I'd love to know, just based on who's listening, how many people have used a doula and how many haven't. And if you didn't, maybe why not? And if you did, what was your experience?
Or even just what was your postpartum experience? If you've got a story, a horror story with more poop and vomit for me, then I'd love to hear it. If you've got a tip, I'm also all ears. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Next time on the podcast show.
Half Expecting is a Just Let Me Help production. If you like the show, don't forget to rate and follow us on Spotify and iTunes, and like and subscribe on YouTube.
Our theme song was mixed and mastered by Coda Hodge. We'd like to thank Jason Gerber for technical and production support. And we want to hear from you. If you have questions for us or want us to interview someone in particular, reach out to us at halfexpectingpod@gmail.com or find us directly on Instagram at halfexpectingpod.